Alright guys, welcome to my page again. I'm gonna show you guys the trade I showed you guys on the previous video that I uploaded into my YouTube, where I said I'm gonna take the trade from and where I was expecting the trade to go to my target. So just to show you this now again, as you see, I start highlighting all the fair value gap that I was expecting the market to come back into the previous day for me to take a shot and where my TP will be. So I'm going to show you guys how I started my trade. I'm not going to move any positions at any fair value gap that I highlighted. I'm going to obviously it's a 5 minute time frame now, but I'm going to go back to different time frames to show you guys where I was aiming the market to come back and where I set my entry and where I was expecting my target to be. So now I'm going to go to 15-minute time frame. Obviously, if I go to 5 minute time frame, guys, you can see there's a small little fair value gap here. If I drag it here, if I drag it here, you see there was a point there as well that this first trade that I took it put my position, it started my position from there. The second trade I took is this one here, which is this fair value gap again to come back into it. So I drag it again, this one like that. And I know you might not understand in a 5 minute time frame, the fair value gap is not clear, but the higher time frame I go, you will see which fair value gaps are every each box that I created, what time frame was it. So I'll go to 15-minute time frame. 15-minute time frame. You can see here in this area, there's a first 15-minute fair value gap that I was expecting the market might come back into it. And there's another little one here. But this time it was on Wednesday. So I was expecting this fair value gap, which is the 15-minute fair value gap, which I was expecting my entry to be. But this area here, it'll be a 1 hour fair value gap in this area. And this area will be the 4 hour fair value gap. So I'm going to show you guys every time I go back in, you'll see it now. So I'll go to 1 hour time frame. So you see here is the 1 hour fair value gap from this candle here to this candle here. And that's the discount level where I'm expecting the market to come, which is my second entry that I took around 3 in the afternoon UK time. So the first one got me in 8 o'clock in the morning. I was expecting, look, I set it up already the previous day, Wednesday, when I was analyzing the market. I was expecting the market to come here in my 15-minute time frame into the position, but my hour fair value gap was showing me here, and this fair value gap you can see here is my my 4 hour fair value gap. So now I'll go to my 4 hour and you will see the 4 hours. So now let me take this. So now you can see the 4 hour fair value gap is that candle here to this candle here, and that is the discount area, which is the 4 hour fair value gap. So obviously if you go to this one, it was my 1 hour, and that was my 15-minute fair value gap, which is my entry level that I was expecting the market to come back in before I take a short position for 1 to 2. But this one gave me nearly 1 to 3. My second one was also nearly 1 to 3, but normally I aim 1 to 2. So as you can see, guys, when you're analyzing the market, I always say to you, look at the daily candle and see what the daily candle is telling you. And then you start looking at the daily candle that was showing you bearish. If there's any gaps that you need the market to come back in and fill it in before you start taking shots. So you should never look for a buy position until you get the confirmation daily candle is telling you either it's bullish or it's bearish. And if you don't understand bullish and bearish, it means if the candle daily was telling you a sell, you only look for sell position. And if the daily candle was showing you buy, you only look for buy position. So now, once I start putting the time back for you guys from my entry to whatever fair value I was expecting the market, the 15-minute and the 1 hour and the 4 hour fair value I was expecting the market to come back in before I take my short position. So I could enter from here if I wanted to, the 4 hour fair value gap. But the lower time frame I went, the other fair value gaps that I found that I was expecting the market's going to come back in until my 15-minute entry level or 5-minute entry level. The last fair value gap was there, so I was expecting the market to come back to respect my last 15-minute fair value gap. It came and covered the 4 hour, it came and covered the 1 hour. It need to come and touch and respect the 15-minute time frame for my position to be taken short. And that's the trades I've been taking on Thursday, guys. And I analyze the market on Wednesday. And I did put video on my YouTube when I was analyzing and where I was expecting the market to come. And I said I will take it from there if it comes in, and I'll be only looking for short position. And that's why I make another video for you guys, just to show you exactly the market came to the places where I was expecting the market to come back in before I take short position. And I made another video to show you guys exactly the market done. However, I analyzed and it respected all my fair value gaps, and it still went to sell direction, and you continue going down. You see, guys. So now, obviously, I showed you the 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour fair value gaps, the market that was going to come back into it. So I'm going to go to my daily time frame, how I analyze the market. Yeah. So this was my daily candle that I analyzed. So the daily candle was showing you bearish. Yeah. And I knew the market obviously had a fair value gap here at the bottom, where I was expecting the market to come into, and came into this fair value gap. Yeah. Because it showed a big rejection after it took the buy side liquidity, and there was no more buyers. I said to you, there was no other more buy side liquidity that the market need to aim. So I was expecting this was telling me bearish. So all I was aiming my 4 hour and 1 hour and 15-minute into the position, a fair value gaps that the market need to come back in, which is this big wick that was pushing up and touched it to continue getting into my direction. So that's how you analyze the market, guys. All you have to do is go to daily, look at whatever the candle is telling you, and then follow it that way. Don't look at the daily candle or whatever the candle was telling you. If it was bearish or if the market was going sell, don't look for buy. If the market was telling you buy, no matter what you do, don't look for sell. All you have to be patient and wait until your fair value gaps to be filling in with your 4 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute, all of them being filled in before you take long position or short position. Okay, so that's what I've done. Okay, I'm gonna leave you guys on that. So I'm gonna delete everything now, and I'm gonna analyze it for you now on the next day coming. So we're on a daily time frame now, and this candle here is showing you guys bearish. So what you need to do then, guys, you highlight the top and you highlight the bottom of the daily candle. So then in this area here is where you're expecting the market to come back in before it continue going down and take these liquidities, all these liquidities that's hanging on this area. So now once you highlight your daily time frame, the higher and the lowest of the wick, then you need to look for 4 hour fair value gaps. So you already got one straight away showing you there in a 4 hour time frame. Yeah. So forget about that one. That was the Wednesday one, the one I analyzed, and all this trade is the one that I cashed it today. So now we're analyzing the daily of Thursday for what's happening on Friday, or what's gonna happen on Friday. So once you highlight the day high and the day low, in this area now the market is showing you already 4 hour fair value gap. So what you need to do then, you highlight this area before you take any short position. If you want the market to continue to take all these liquidities here, is you need this market to come back and respect the 4 hour fair value gap. Also then you look for 1 hour fair value gap as well. So your 1 hour fair value gap, you start looking for any fair value gap in 1 hour time frame. There's a one here and there's a one here. So guys, like I said, the higher time frame fair value gap is always the valid one and the one that would respect more likely. So you highlight here 1 hour fair value gap, 1 hour fair value gap, and there's another little one here. So you highlight this one as well. So that is also another fair value gap within the 1 hour. So obviously you can see there's so many fair value gaps now already in 1 hour time. No, that's the daily. There's a 4 hour fair value gap, but here it shows you 1 hour fair value gap, and there's another also 1 hour fair value gap there. So now once you get fair value gaps already, the market giving to you that the more likely the market might come back in on Friday, which is today already because the Asian session started. You need to go and look for your 15-minute entry level. So your 15-minute entry level, you got one little fair value gap here, but remember what I always say to you guys, the shorter time frame fair value gap could easily get disrespected, but the longer or the higher time frame fair value gap would be the valid one, the one that will respect. So what you need to wait is the market to come back in, mess around maybe a little bit, break it, mess around a little bit, continue and going in here before you take short position. Okay, so what we're expecting the market to do on Friday now, guys, is to come back in this area, make your stop loss even if you wanted to. Here, the buy side liquidity, and all you have to do is look for 1 to 2. Okay, just 1 to 2. If it's the 1 to, if it's like a little bit more than 2, it's fine. If it's a little bit more than 2, is fine, but 1 to 2. Okay, so you're only aiming here 1 to 2. So now if you want to take this trade, you say create a limit. So you say here, I don't want to risk it too much. So if I take this trade as it is, and this is where the risk management comes into, you make sure you look at how much you're risking wherever your account is. So I want to say 1% from whatever I have into my account. So if I say 1% from whatever balance I have in my account, if this market comes and take me out, I will only lose 366, and if it goes to my direction, I will get 740. So then what I will do is create limit to wait if the market will come back into that area, and hopefully it will take me sell from there to continue for my bearish direction. So hopefully I hope you understand, and I hope you learn this from it. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, subscribe please and like it, and I'll put more videos like this every single day. See you next time.